It's been an intensive journey together in the last 2 years, and we're very grateful for the impact that we've made together on the continent in Africa. We've seen builder build again, we've seen dreamers dream again, and for us, we're excited for this new set of energy that has given African young people the audacity to dream again. To all of you wonderful people at Lisk, we say thank you. And we also want to say a very big thank you to our existing investors, whom I will mention, Orange Dow, for backing us. When nobody else would back us in our journey at the early stage, Orange Dow backed us. We're very grateful. To Vlora Ventures, thank you for believing in this journey with us. We're very grateful. To Techstars, for backing us on this journey, we're very grateful. To Rose Lake Venture, Disrupt Africa, EV3 New York, for backing us on this journey, we want to say thank you. And last but not the least, to Flora Ventures. As we now start, these amazing founders have gone through intensive 4-month training, and today they will be showing what they're made of to the rest of the world. To my wonderful team at AyaHQ, I want to say thank you for making it easy on me. And now, without further ado, I just want to remind everybody that this time around is different. While the whole Web3 world is paused and in panic, African builders are building the future, because this is where the real problems are, and the real world solution can only come from where the real problems are. And for everybody that is waking up and dreaming every day, to all the young builders across the continent, we want to say thank you to you all. And now to start, I will be inviting Idris from Fundable. Idris from Fundable, the floor is yours. Guys, give it up to him.
Hello, my name is Idris Hassan, a 3-time founder and a product engineer. In the past few years, I have worked and had experience in fintech, e-commerce, agriculture, and building decentralized infrastructure. Across these my years of experience, I have noticed a pertinent issue, and that is the fact that the world is now global. The work world is now global and decentralized. Multiple teams work across borders, with teams working from Egypt, America, Lagos, all working at a time together to build the future. However, this future has a problem. This problem is that when this team building this future need to get paid, it is still stressful, it is disfragmented, and it is inefficient. The people running this team have to juggle multiple spreadsheets, a lot of gas fee when trying to process payment. They have to struggle with this disfragmented tool when processing this payment. And the world has gone beyond that. It is time to build infrastructure that helps teams work seamlessly. And this is the problem Fundable is solving. Fundable is a tool that helps decentralized teams to process payout for their contributors, maintainers, and contractors. Fundable helps them stream salaries in real time. And of course, when you get all of this token and stable coin in your wallet, you need to be able to spend them in real time. You need to be able to spend them in your local currency. So Fundable adds a feature that helps you do this, which is the off-ramp feature. And that is currently available in 23 countries in Africa, and we are expanding. Now, in about 10 months, we have processed $20,000 in payments for multiple teams. Over 50 teams domiciled in Lagos, Abuja, Kaduna, and 2 of these teams domiciled in the United States of America. This is proof that the problem we are solving is real, that this gap exists. Fundable is solving a real problem, and we've also received ecosystem backing from Lisk Foundation and AyaHQ. Now, this market is a 50 billion annual market. The payroll market is a 50 billion annual market in processing, and we are looking to capture just a fragment of this market. The market is ripe for our entry. And all of what we've done so far in Traction is proof for this. We are building Fundable with a team that complements each other. Myself and my partner, Abubakar Lawal, who is a consensus certified smart contract developer with over 10 years of experience and community backing and credibility. I myself bring my expertise in product design to ensure that we are building a seamless product for the people who need it. We are asking you to join us by providing us with $350,000 in funding. This is to help us with regulatory compliance, to help us build the financial infrastructure for the future. We are asking you to join us on this journey to build a future for both African and everybody in the world. We are asking you to join us by funding Fundable. We ask you to join us on this journey. Thank you.
What an amazing pitch. I know that we have a lot of questions and comments from our global partners, investors in the room, community partners. For all of you that are watching the live stream right now on Twitter, on YouTube, and for those amazing people joining us from the direct link to join the call, this will now be time for you to ask your questions, to give feedback, and your comment to Idris from Fundable. One thing I'm really bullish about is hearing solutions beyond just payments. Solutions that actually plug into real-world problems. As the world becomes very diverse and very global and remote first, payroll will be a very big pain point. And I believe what they're building helps in terms of bringing that future closer and easier for everybody. Now, Joel, if you're on the call, any questions, please, for those who are joining us on the meeting link, you can just unmute yourself, raise up your hands. Joel will call you, unmute yourself to give Idris your question, your feedback, and comment. Question, feedback, and comment for Idris? Gideon.
Thanks for the pitch, man. I just wanted to understand for some clarity, what is your business model? How do you guys make money?
Awesome. Thank you so much for the question, Gideon. So currently, we are charging 1% on each transaction. And we started with mass payout. And that happens maybe when people have events or teams just need to distribute. And they do this in one click with multiple. So we charge just 1%, both on streams and off-ramp, 1%, yeah.
Okay, awesome, thanks. And where are you now with the development of the platform itself with the MVP?
Well, we currently have our product live. So we launched a while back. The off-ramp is the latest feature, which we launched less than a month ago. And we've been tapping into the programs the Stellar ecosystem have been doing. That is the Drip, the Grant Fox. So we've onboarded a lot of people from these platforms, and we have records, verifiable record that shows that we actually have this traction and we've been making revenue. Yeah.
Sorry, last question. It seems like there's a few areas of the ecosystem that we're focusing on, right? Like airdrops, salaries. What would you say is the core focus area for like the next couple of months? Would you say is where you feel a little bit more traction?
Awesome. So we are looking to focus on getting contributors to use our platform to make this to stream funds, and mostly off-ramp, to be very sincere, because the off-ramp seem to be very promising at this point. So while we work with other teams to be able to make mass payouts and stream funds, we are focusing on getting the end user contributors after they get their token to be able to off-ramp on our platform.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you so much.
I heard that you said you're currently in 3 countries. What does your expansion strategy look like, and where are you targeting next first?
Could you come again? I didn't get that clearly. Sorry.
Yes. From what I heard, you said you're already operating in 3 countries. What's your expansion strategy look like? Like where are the next countries you're moving into, or the next regions you're targeting?
Okay, so we are currently in 23 countries. That is where the off-ramp feature is live. However, for the mass payout and the streaming feature, it is available anywhere in the world because it's a plug-and-play system. So it's just for the off-ramping that is 23 countries. And we've been able to have verifiable payments done here in Ghana since I got here myself. I've been able to off-ramp to Ghana cities. It's happening in Nigeria, and we're looking to explore all of these other 23 countries because our traction so far is just limited to Ghana and Nigeria.
Very nice, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for those questions for Idris. Kwame, is there any question, any feedback on YouTube, on Twitter? All right, no question. Thank you guys for your questions for Idris from Fundable, and we hope that you can follow their journey, join them on Twitter, join them on LinkedIn, reach out to them directly. We're very bullish on what they're building, and we're very grateful to Lisk for working this journey with us. Idris, thank you.
Thank you so much.
If there is one word for every demo day we do at AyaHQ, we always have a team. And the team this year is very simple. When you see Africa, what do you see? Risk or opportunity? What we see is opportunity. What we're doing together with Lisk is the risk and the opportunity. Before India, China, South Korea today becomes a global opportunity, including Singapore and Dubai, there was one perceived by the rest of the world as risk. Some people roll their sleeves, get to do the hard work, and today the rest of the world want to live in Dubai and Singapore. We see that future in Africa, and we're not just seeing it, we're actively doing something about it. Without further ado, I'm going to call on Anthony. Anthony is the founder of BlockFina X. Anthony, when you're ready, the floor is yours.
Hello, everyone. According to Afri-Exim Bank, 7 million small-scale enterprises in Africa move 210 billion across border every year. Out of this value, 35 billion got destroyed as a result of currency fluctuation. My name is Anthony Kumako. I'm the founder of BlockFina S. I've been working in trade finance for the past 3 years, helping businesses access trade finance and make cross-border payments. In one of those transactions, a client gave me 1 million Ghana cedis to buy 100,000 USDT to settle a trade finance transaction in Dubai. A background check on the financier took me 14 days. During those 14 days, dollar moved from 10 cedis to 12 cedis, and that 20% increment cost me 200,000 Ghana cedis. This is the reality many businesses are facing in Africa. We understand the risk, but we don't have a tool to manage them. Out of this pain, we built BlockFina for ourselves and 7 million other businesses to manage foreign currency exposure risk. BlockFina enables businesses to buy protection against their FX risk. Traders come to our platform, they select FX pair that they're exposed to, they pay a premium and buy a protection. If the rate moves against them, they get settled with the difference caused by the price swing. We started in 2023 as a trade finance platform, connecting exporters and importers to financiers, and we generated $39,000 in revenue, but we pivoted to hedging tool as a result of scalabilities. We are currently testing with 20 users, with 63 currency pairs listed on our platform, 43 African currencies, 6 commodities, and 10 crypto pairs. We believe this is the best time for us to get into the market. Cross-border trade is growing. Africa Continental Free Trade Agreement is onboarding a lot of small-scale businesses, which means cross-border trade is going to grow. Ghana recently just legalized cryptocurrency, which means institutions are going to adopt it, small businesses are going to adopt it. And the good part is that Rwanda, Kenya, Ghana now have a single digital passport for all fintech, which means with my license in Ghana, I can operate in Kenya, Rwanda. This is a big opportunity. How do we make this scalable? We make this scalable by charging $25 flat event creation fee, a 1% withdrawal fee on hedges, and a premium payout. We believe this is the best time. We are raising $500,000 to connect multiple API keys to build our decentralized oracle to feed our smart contracts. strengthen our corporate governance and compliance, and onboard the first 50,000 users. By investing in us, you are preserving earnings and capital for small-scale businesses, giving them the certainty that they need to grow and expand across border. Thank you.
You've heard it yourself. One thing that really get me excited about this particular product is there's a lot of builders in Africa that are building fintech payment, but rarely you hear actually innovators building the trade finance. And the trade finance is very big. As Africa begins to open up its border, as many African government begins to have clear regulatory landscape and framework, so will the need for trade finance settlement to happen. And that's why I'm bullish about what they're building here. If there's any question, feedback, comment from our partners and from global investors that are watching, Kwame, if you want to check the Twitter, on YouTube as well, and also for anyone who's joining us on the event link as well, this is a time for your question, for your feedback, and for your comment for Anthony from BlockFinance X. Any question, comment, and feedback for Anthony? Gideon.
Yeah, thank you for the presentation. I mean, I agree about it on that with the use case was happy. This year is going to be a big year for all different use cases centered around finance, tokenization, particularly stablecoins. So I think it's a very interesting model. Where are you with the development of the app itself? I mean, I checked your website out while you were pitching. It looks great. Where are you at with the development of the MVP?
Sorry, Gideon, can you please repeat the question? I couldn't hear you well at the end.
Sure. Where are you currently with the MVP in terms of developing the product?
Yes.
What's the status currently?
Okay. So we are currently listed on Lisk, and our MVP is live. You can check it on www.blockfinance.com, and you can access it. Yeah. And we are going to launch on the mainnet in July. The reason being, we are currently, this is a sensitive smart contract, and we are trying to make sure our smart contract is verified. And the last time that we do our auditing, we score 83 out of 100. And the reason being, our Oracle is fetching data for single key, so that's availability in the distance. So before the mainnet launch in July, we are going to work on that.
Guys, let me give it up to Anthony from BlockFinance X, please. As you rightly see, in Web3 space in Africa, we're going nowhere. We're going to build through thick and thin because we know that the opportunities are here, but we have a lot of work to do to get to unlock this opportunity. And like a humble reminder to everybody watching the demo day today, when you see Africa, what do you see? Risk or opportunity? For us, we see opportunity, and we're very bullish and proud for every young African builders that are building regardless of all the obstacles. Without further ado, I'm going to call on Koshba, the founder of Kakpas. Please give it up to Koshba, founder of Kakpas.
Yeah. Have you ever been so excited about an event, so much so that you got your ticket weeks before the event even happened, feeling super pumped, charged, energetic to attend? And all of a sudden, life happens, and you can no longer attend. And now you have a ticket that has value, but you're not able to unlock the value of the ticket. Well, this was my story. 2025, I was supposed to be at Buenos Aires for DEF CON. I got my ticket way ahead of time, feeling charged, energetic, and excited to go for the experience. 4 days to my flight, I got a call from my family. I had a family emergency. Of course, I had to cancel. I couldn't make it. And I had DEF CON ticket that had too much value, but I wasn't able to unlock the value of that ticket. Turns out this here is a story of similar story of almost everybody in this building. Either you've missed an event or you've missed a ticket at one point. But what if we're able to unlock the value of those tickets without them having to go to waste? Hello, everyone. My name is Koshba. And for the past few years, I've worked within the African music, tech, and event ecosystems, managing creatives, organizing events, and building communities. And I'm currently building Kakpas. CACPass is an event ticketing platform that allows you to create and discover events, but most importantly, allows you to resell your tickets. We started 6 months ago, validating our business assumption with real-world event organizers and attendees. And I went ahead to launch our first MVP, which is currently backed by the AyaHQ and the Lisk Foundation. And by 2035, CACPass aims to unlock over 50 billion US dollars from event organizers, attendees, and ticket holders by eliminating ticket fraud and scalping that exists. Using our secondary marketplace where ticket holders are able to resell their tickets, rather than losing money from it, they gain the money back. And event organizers, they earn royalties on every resales. We validated this consumer survey across major cities in Nigeria, including Abuja, Lagos, and Port Harcourt, with over 98% positive feedback from event organizers who were tired of ticket fraud and event attendees who wanted the flexibility to resell the tickets when they can't use it. We believe in the ability to create value from unused tickets and ticket fraud. We invite you to join us and we invite you to invest in us, having the confidence that the next time you want to attend an event and probably something happens, you can obviously resell your ticket at CACPass. And this is the future we are building in CACPass. Thank you.
Thank you, Koshba. Well, next time I can't go to any event and know that I can make money and not lose my ticket. Any question, any feedback, any comment for Koshba? Please, Gideon.
Thanks for the presentation. I mean, I think you're on the right track with regards to the use case here, and we've seen some similar businesses in the past that are utilizing Web3 technology in the ticketing space. So we have seen quite a few in summary. What would you say differentiates your business from some of the other ticketing companies within the Web3 space that are using blockchain?
Okay, thank you so much for the question, Gideon. So what differentiates CACPass from other ticketing platforms is just one simple thing: the ability to resell your tickets when you can't make use of it anymore. That's the only difference we have from other Web3 tickets platforms.
Where are you primarily, where are you based? So which market are you primarily targeting as a starting point?
We're looking at the events, community meetups, seminars, conferences.
But like geographically, which country?
Nigeria.
Is there competitors that are doing this currently as well?
No, not yet.
Okay. Cool. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Chidiban.
All right, awesome. Thanks for the pitch.
Thank you.
How do you currently verify that the tickets are essentially real and valid? Like, is there a data protection policy? What happens in the event that someone lists their ticket, but it's actually not real, they've already used it? Like, what's the policy around protection like?
Okay. For the policy, we're looking at implementing every ticket that is being resold has to be gotten from the platform. So in that way, most of the tickets that we sell on the platform are actually NFTs that are actually verifiable via the blockchain. So we can obviously verify and track that this ticket was purchased on CACPass platforms.
Oh, right. It has to be purchased from CACPass to
Yes.
be able to resell.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Thank you for the presentation. What about the financial rails? Is it exclusively blockchain payments, or are you also integrating like credit cards and other types of payments?
Yes.
Or is it just blockchain routing rails?
We are using both credit card, blockchain, crypto, USSD at the moment, but we're obviously still implementing on those aspects.
Thank you.
Alrighty, so just one final question from YouTube, and the member of the audience wants to know, how do you plan to scale your platform?
Okay, so I have background in event organizing for over 5 years plus now, and I have relationship with a couple of event organizers across Nigeria and West Africa, and I'm looking at getting partnerships from different ecosystems, communities around Nigeria and Africa, starting from Ethereum Lagos, Ethereum Abuja, and Ethereum Enugu at the moment.
Joel, you're muted.
Yeah, thank you for your response. Thank you for your response. That's all the questions from X and YouTube.
Thank you.
Guys, let me give it out to Koshba, the founder of CACPass. Well, when next live happens, just like Oshba, and you couldn't attend the event, well, I would rather buy my ticket on the Kakpas platform because I know I can get my money back. And who doesn't love free stuff? So thank you for pitching that, and we hope that you continue to scale your product. Without further ado, I'm going to call Karuk. I'm sorry, I'm just skipping one founder now. I'm going to call on Gideon. Gideon is a founder of Zyra. Gideon, when you're ready, the floor is yours.
Hi everyone, my name is Gideon, and over the last few years I've been building digital products and systems focused on solving real world problems and then simplifying user experiences. I'm building Zyra with my co-founder Jeffrey, who comes in with 16 years of experience in traditional finance. I've been in the crypto space in Ghana for 6 years plus now. And anytime I want to buy something, I will need to resell my crypto and then use it to buy. And I always kept wondering, why won't these businesses accept crypto? So I kept asking them now. And most of these businesses replied, they don't know how. And so we realized there actually wasn't a tool built for them. So we built Zyra, an invoicing tool for Ghanaian businesses to accept crypto. We went with an invoice type of style so that we naturally fit in the way Ghanaian merchants already sell, and as to not to disrupt their workflow, but then make it better. By 2035, Zyra aims to unlock $1 billion in transaction volume, and then we call on you to join us. This is especially a special time and opportune time to scale Zyra and push it to the market, because just last December in Ghana, crypto was legalized. We are trying to make Ghanaian businesses in Ghana accept modern payment options, and we call on you to join us. We are currently talking and then validating our assumptions with 30 customers, and based on real usage. And we call on you to help us and join us while we make businesses in Ghana modern. Thank you.
Well, if you've been on this side, you will know that pitching is not easy. And so I really celebrate these founders for putting themselves out there and telling their story to the world. I'm really bullish on what Zyra is building because, as you're well aware, African governments are now waking up to the usefulness of stablecoin as it powers payments across Africa. South Africa started us off, and then followed by Kenya in terms of framework and legality around acceptance of crypto. Ghana has just followed suit as well, and so is Nigeria. As many governments across Africa makes legalized crypto and got clarity in terms of framework, most merchants will want to accept crypto to buy goods and services, and that's the future Zyra is building. Now, I will keep it open now. Questions, feedback, and any comment for Gideon from Zyra? Edward.
Could you describe a little bit more about how the relationship between your business and your customers looks like? What is it everyday sort of a transaction between, or like sort of product between your customers and your business? Sorry about that.
Sorry?
Could you describe just a little bit more about how your business customer relationship looks like? What is the average customer's like journey like?
Sorry, Edward, I couldn't hear you because you were lagging. Can you please re-say?
Yeah, could you just kind of give me a sort of an overview of what the average customer journey with your company looks like?
Yes.
Like how did they find your company, and then what does the business relationship look like?
Yes, thank you for the question, Edward. And so the flow for a customer when Zyra is implemented for a business is that when you go to Zyra and a merchant is using Zyra, you can the person chooses the amount and then the price the person wants to pay in, and then if the merchant processes it, it shows a QR code, and then the user or the customer scans it and then make payments, either mobile money or crypto.
Very nice, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, thanks, Gideon. Your name is very nice. Very nice name. I wanted to ask you more about, I guess a little bit similar to Edwin in terms of your customer base. I had a quick look at the website, and I'm just trying to understand, I guess, similar to Edwin, what the customer flow would look like, considering how businesses currently pay. I see you can also accept like Vodacom Cash and AT&T Momo. Maybe you could just add a bit of color and comment on how you see the customer interacting with this. I mean, I know Edward already asked it, but I guess I just want to get a little more.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Gideon. And so we are targeting businesses, and we are targeting businesses like the China Mall, the restaurants in Ghana, so as to, because they understand the whole crypto market. And then Zyra is built with simplicity in mind as well. So we are able to expand to people who don't even understand crypto.
Any question, comment for those who are watching on YouTube and Twitter? No question.
Yeah, no more questions from the audience, Michael.
Thank you so much. Yeah, guys, give it up to Gideon from Zyra. It's a great moment to be alive in Africa, believe it or not. And it's actually a great moment to be alive in Web3. If you scroll through Twitter right now, you realize that everybody's talking less about Web3, but talking about the open cloud and how the clouds of this world. Because we all believe that AI and AI agents are going to hit the world. But when you look deeper, you realize that AI agents and agentic commerce is actually going to utilize the blockchain, precisely stablecoins, USD to USDC, for payment. And when that time comes, means the existing solid business model that solve real world problem is going nowhere. And that to us, the future that we're bullish about, and future we're very grateful to be co-creating together with Lisk HQ. And for every other protocols out there that backing an African future, we want to say thank you. Without further ado, now I'm going to call on Karaoke, who is the founder of Rift. Please give it up to Karaoke, founder of Lisk.
Hi, my name is Amshel Kariuki. I am a software engineer, and for the past 2 years, I've worked as a lead protocol engineer for a DeFi protocol on Bearer Chain that tokenizes Amazon e-commerce stores that are based in Shenzhen. My co-founder, Glenn, is an entrepreneur and also a software engineer who's based in Kenya, and he has 5 years of experience in the Kenyan startup ecosystem. And together we're building Rift to bring financial instruments that the traditional finance industry has spent centuries building to everyday people, especially 5 million people in Africa that haven't been able to access these tools for decades. Here's what I mean. Stablecoins, in my opinion, they're one of the greatest innovations that the blockchain technology has given us. They have made cross-border trade faster, cheaper. A lot of people have used stablecoins to hedge against currency risks, and they've done a lot of good. But we believe that stablecoins are just an entry point to the world of DeFi. And the world of decentralized finance is so huge. There's a lot of opportunities, especially wealth building opportunities. For example, tokenized financial instruments. And that's what Rift makes accessible to people. That's what Rift gives people. So Rift comes as a mobile app that users download on their phone. They can buy stablecoins using mobile money, using cards, using bank. And also from the same interface, they can also spend, like pay for groceries, send money to their friends, send money across borders. And most importantly, we have financial instruments that are listed on the app and people can invest. And they get dollar-denominated returns. And these instruments are like tokenized stock, some RWA projects, tokens, tokenized real estate, and users get dollar-denominated returns. At the moment, we're backed by AyaHQ. We're also backed by Lisk. And we also participated in an incubation program by Cello Africa DAO and received a builder grant from Coinbase. Over the past 3 months, we validated the product in Kenya. We talked to a lot of users, and we've gained 700 users in Kenya. And the 700 users have done $30,000 in volume. This is transfers. And one of the investment products that is listed on our app has received $1,000 in deposits. So how do we make money? We make money through transaction fees. That is 1% transaction fees on transfers, sending money. We also make money through the investment products, and that is performance fees, withdrawal fees, and also management fees. At the moment, we are on a journey to raise $400,000 so that we can scale our operations in Kenya. We need a virtual assets provider's license, and we also want to put more structure to our company, hire more people, so that we can bump the number of users from 700 users to 50,000 users, and also bump our revenue to $100,000 every month. We believe that financial inclusion should not be dictated by where you're born. And that is why we're building Rift. If you invest in us, you're backing infrastructure that is going to bring millions of people to the global financial system. And this is massive. Thank you very much.
Any question, feedback, and comment for Karaoke, the founder of Rift? Comment if you want to check on Twitter. We have people on Twitter and YouTube watching. Gideon, please your question for Karaoke. Thank you.
Sure. So Rift is basically like a sort of like a wallet, like a neo-banking product.
Yes, exactly. It's a neo-banking product with payments, and also people can save and also invest and get some returns.
How do you see yourself competing against, some of the, because I guess there's going to be, I mean, your competition is going to end up being exchanges, traditional banks, and then other neobanks that are starting to, that will, I believe, start to see the light and the opportunity to leverage stablecoins, tokenized stocks, use leverage the API to other exchanges, like I guess what you're doing, to invest in multiple assets. If they turn that on, with their massive balance sheets and distribution channels, how do you see yourself competing against some of these bigger conglomerates that already have like a big user base?
Yeah, thank you for the question. So I think one of the things that can set us apart is the kind of financial instruments that we offer. We see that most of the apps that exist right now, they offer, like saving products that give like 4% APY. But with our experience, me and Glenn, like in DeFi, we're able to implement like complex strategies that give people up to even like 10% APY on like dollar denominated, like on USDC. And also we also have partners. The last company that I worked in, they're doing like real world assets in Asia, tokenizing like Amazon stores. By integrating those like specific products that are hard to find in these mainstream apps, we think that will give us an edge. Yeah. Sorry, I think.
And how far along is the product itself? Are you already in production or in serving customers?
Yeah, we are already in production. We launched 3 months ago. So the app is live. People can buy stablecoins. People can also invest. We have one vault. So yeah, it's in production right now. And we have 700 users who are mostly in Kenya. 99% of them are Kenyans.
And what about customer acquisition? Or what are your strategies to kind of find customers and businesses that are suited to your platform?
Yeah, so thank you for the question. We've implemented various strategies to get to where we are in terms of the number of users. First of all, we are in like Web3 communities in Kenya, so we talked to a lot of people and through word of mouth. Recently, we started doing ads. That was TikTok and also Instagram ads, and we've seen that we got some users from that. Another thing that I tried last month was doing marketing on Reddit. So there are these subreddits in Kenya, like for example, Nairobi Techies, people who like are technical in Kenya. So I tried that strategy, and it gave us like 50 users in a span of like 3 days. So those are the strategies that we've implemented right now.
Very nice. Thank you.
No more questions from the audience. Okay, there's one more question that's just come in. And the question is, how are you setting Web2 providers at the back?
Sorry, I didn't get the question.
Yeah, the question says, how are you setting Web2 providers at the back? So I'm sure they're wondering, how do you, settle with Web2 providers on the back end and what you're doing?
Oh, how do we settle with Web2 providers at the back?
Web2.
Yeah, so our app, because mostly we do not focus like on people who are crypto natives. We target like everyday people like Kenyans. So we use like Twilio for like logging in with like a mobile number and email. So we've integrated a lot of Web2 providers just to make sure that users who don't understand crypto can also use our product. Yep.
Right. Do you just want to say a bit more on the off-ramping side of what you do? I'm sure that will also be beneficial to the person who asked the question.
Oh, okay. So in terms of the off-ramping side, so because this is like a neobank, people buy stable coins. They don't even see like USDC on the interface. They just see the money in the local currency. And also, we have a feature where if you want to pay for groceries in Kenya, you don't have to off-ramp first. You just like enter the merchant ID. In Kenya, there are till numbers and pay bills, and then you just pay directly from the app. So we try to give the same experience that other financial apps in Kenya have. So we don't give people a lot of crypto jargon. So we make it seem like any other app in Kenya that people are used to. So that's how it works.
Alrighty, thank you, Sure. And I think that's all the questions we've got from the audience.
Guys, let me give it up to Kiroki, the founder of Rift. Thank you. We're using this platform today to call on all these security exchange across Africa. We have our own stock exchanges, but those stock exchanges have the opportunity to print wealth for Africans and its young people. What is missing is overregulation. We're open to regulation, but regulation that stifles innovation is not regulation. That is watchdog. We're calling on SEC, on central banks across Africa to reach out to these young people who are building our collective future that will unlock generational wealth for us all. Building Africa is tough, but young people putting themselves out there to build our collective future is the only way forward. And I'm sure you all will agree with me. Without further ado, now I'm going to call on Ada, the founder of AyaHQ. Ada, when you're ready, give it up to Ada.
Hello, everybody. GM. Hi, my name is Ada. Growing up, I used to have temper tantrums. And I realized staying close to the sculpture of my aunt would calm me down, even when she wasn't in the room. This was my first introduction to the power of fine art, and I've been hooked ever since. In the past 6 years, I've been a CTO, building products that connect buyers and sellers that build trust. I have implemented technical roadmaps and worked on projects for organizations such as Pfizer, Google, ECOWAS. And now I'm building AyaHQ, the infrastructure that will make it possible for an owner of African art to walk to a financial institution and have it collateralized with ease. By the year 2034, AyaHQ plans to unlock $1 billion in the African art market by making previously invisible transactions not just visible, but verifiable and trackable.
This is in a market that currently runs mainly on handshake deals and trust, which, as we know, is not sustainable for any liquid asset. For the past 20 years, my team and I have been validating our MVP with real world users based in Lagos and Abuja, Nigeria. We have built out our system, and it's a system that where we physically tag verified pieces. And there is also a deal room feature in the app where brokers can unload these pieces and transact seamlessly and quickly while we track the transactions and the flow of the artwork as it moves through the market. So currently, our app has more than 200 artists signed up. We have 3 galleries using it on the beta phase, and we have onboarded more than 6,000 works, which are valued at more than $300,000 cumulatively. We also signed an MOU with the National Gallery of Arts Nigeria, making us their technical partners and them paying customer for our infrastructure. What this tells us is that the market is ready for more liquid assets and for secondary movement of artwork, as opposed to it just going to die on your walls after the primary sale. My team is not just myself. I have core people in the art ecosystem working alongside me. I have Emmanuel Egwimi. He's an artist and a curator of over 13 years of experience. He has served under some of the legendary artistic names in the country. I have Rachel Dowie. She's a former gallerist of 6 years, and they are all part of the core team. By supporting us, you'll not only be unlocking a new real world asset to the blockchain, but you'll be unlocking billions in economic prosperity, not just for African artists, but also for the global lovers of African art. So, yeah, I implore you to join us as we are on this journey to make African art a bankable asset class. Thank you.
You all will agree with me that this is something that is needed. Wherever you travel to in the world, whether you go to United Kingdom or you go to Belgium or you go to United States and you go to those museums, you will agree with me there will be an African artwork somewhere there. And oftentimes most of these artwork are stolen, they're untrackable. And it's been a global conversation right now about the colonial masters returning African artworks to the African art galleries. But here's the problem. Who is tracking will receive what? Who is tracking the authenticity of this artwork? And that's why we believe that this platform will not just only help Nigeria as a country, but will help the whole of Africa, because we believe African art is only going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. And when you look at Web3 space, we were talking about real-world asset tokenization. We used to tokenize in Rolex and all these intangible assets, but it's different in Africa. There's a lot of real-world asset tokenization that needs to happen in times of unlocking wealth for the people. And that's why I celebrate what you're doing. For those of you who are still watching us live, we do have a bit of a technical glitch right now. We're trying to fix it. Please forgive us. As you know, when you prepare all your life, there'll always be that one electricity or that one wire that will go missing. I really hope that you forgive us, but we're still with you. If you can still hear us wherever you are. If you have any question, any feedback for Adobe, or any comment, please feel free. This is the time. Any question for Dobby? All right. Please.
Hi, my name is Dankwa. Um, a few years ago, I had opportunity to engage people from the Art Center in Accra here. Actually, I registered most of them to the Ghana National Chamber of Commerce and Industry. Okay, so I'm very interested in what you just said. I'm very interested in what you guys are doing, having approached the artisans in Ghana. But yet, I want to know how do you get them into your system? And then you did mention that you can collateralize the artwork. Actually, how does this happen? Okay, and then what is the life cycle actually from the time somebody gets on your app to the time the person drop? Okay, and then how are you going to run this? Is it are you going to open in every country in Africa, or you will just sit in Nigeria and run it from there? Thank you.
Thank you so much. Those are very good questions and very practical too. And I'm glad that you're in the art space in Ghana. You are the ones that we're probably going to talk to as we're expanding here next. So to answer your question first about how we're going to get them to use the platform. So currently the MVP is live. Artists are currently, you can, or any of the artists can go on the platform, sign up, and, onboard the artwork to the system. Unfortunately, physical tagging is not yet in the region of Ghana. So our physical tagging process entails us, we have agents that we train to go on the field to verify this works. There's a whole video process of inspection, making sure, and then we tag it to tie onto the information on that database, right? So for artworks that have been physically tagged, their life cycle is going to be on the blockchain. So currently, what we use the blockchain for is to batch commit the provenance records, which is the ownership history of the artwork, without any personal information of the owner, of the price, all those vital information. They will not be on chain. The only thing that will be on chain is the artwork, where it has been, the exhibitions, all of those things that affect the pricing and the years. We have that project already open source, that is already live on GitHub, and we want to audit so that we can launch to mainnet. But the goal is how we will make it easy for an average artist anywhere around the world to have their work easily collateralized. Is once your work, the ownership history of your work is on the blockchain and is verifiable by a bank, it's easy for them to know the valuation. It's easy for them to know how they can, give you an estimate on the pricing. Because the real problem for us and our financial industry is they want to support us, but they don't have the data because all of our transactions are invisible. So what we are doing is tracking this transaction, tying it to real world people using KYC on the app, and then batch committing it to the blockchain such that individuals that are interested in verifying that data, in looking for trying to evaluate the pricing of that data, can do it easily without personal information being revealed. So I hope that answers your question. And I hope you're looking forward to a partnership conversation soon when we think of coming to Ghana. Right, thank you.
I know that we went off for a while. Gideon, please, you want to ask your question?
Yeah. I can't hear.
Big part of this, is working, but I think it's one of them for me is pipeline one, and execution. The one question, and then the last one on the back of this is how big is the market today, right now?
Okay, Gideon, I would appreciate the question again because I could barely hear any of them, and I know you asked like one or two questions. So the
I'll minimize the echo.
yes,
How big is the African market
guys.
especially related to your platform today?
Ooh.
Sorry, Gideon. We're having a bit of a lag. I think now an internet issue. Are you able to help us type that in the chat, please? I'm so sorry, Gideon. We're having a bit of internet issue. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Adalbi,
Okay.
just allows to stay there.
Yeah.
I
Wait.
think folks are really loving your postures, and you actually love global attention, which is really good. That means money is coming. Because I'm not sure you're aware, Gideon leads the investment, $50 million investment for Lisk Empower Fund. So if you're keeping Gideon online, that means money is coming.
Are you guys able to hear us now, or?
Yes, yes, yes. Please, Gideon, go ahead now. We're good. Thank you.
I'm just going to read the question and spare Gideon the trouble. It's been written in the chat, and the question is, what's the size of the addressable market in your region?
Awesome.
Did you get that, Ed?
Yes. So the African art market, according to Statistica and our research, is an $11 billion market. And this is on primary sale tracking only because less than 3% of African art is in the secondary market. So looking at the statistical information from, there's an art fair called ArtX, is one of the biggest in Africa. There are records of sales from just 2023. That was the last one that they revealed, was over like $25 million, and that's in a week of the art fair. So the goal is for everybody that wants to buy art would want to buy it via an ArtSource API because it protects the collector and it makes their work liquid. So our goal is to be that switch that tracks every single transaction on every movement of art on the continent. Obviously, we're starting with Nigeria, where we're from.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Gideon. Edward, please go ahead. I think we still have a question from Edward. Thanks, Gideon, for that. I appreciate your patience with us.
Yeah, how has the reception been from both the artists and the customers? Are the artists happy to see the technology and they're buying into it, or is it a little bit more convincing that needs to be done? Especially ones that aren't familiar with like Web3 and the sort of like for future tech that we're using.
That's a very good question. To be honest, the artists from the onset, they loved it because when you tell an artist, we are going to protect your IP and we're going to make it possible that your work can have resale royalties in the future, it's a no-brainer. They all came on board. In fact, after our first launch and we had to step back to do like a pivot and redo it, we had to hold off some of the artists and tell them now we are on a break. So artists love us. The convincing was actually with galleries because it was a thing with telling them why it's in it for them as ecosystem players to be part of the ecosystem. So what we have come up with, and I think with the help of the Lisk team, to be honest, because they helped us really work on our distribution channels. So we have worked on a way to split every commission that we have for resale royalties with the brokers, basically kind of rewarding good behavior. So if a gallery is part of an initial sale for an artist and the work keeps moving, we anytime that we are helping the artist to collect the resale, we have a commission for that gallery here and there. So we are adding more revenue streams to their existing model, and they are happy about that. So seeing that feedback, we have taken that step to rework the add that feature and to add some other things to the platform, which we are going to be launching the deal room version 2 at the end of this month because it's actually being beta tested by the 3 galleries that we told you about. So yeah, we are getting some good feedback from the ecosystem. Mainly the artists love it from the get-go. Galleries, they would love it if we made them more money, which we are. So
Very nice. Thank you.
thank you.
And then one final question from the audience.
Yes, we
Yes,
can
go
hear you
ahead.
now.
Okay. Now the question is there custody for the collateralized keys and without the underwriting?
So we don't underwrite. So what we do is we have a platform that asks the important questions and we document. So what we do on the blockchain is we batch commit the ownership history and we make it visible and clear. The problem with financial institutions is they don't know ownership history and they don't have that data in bulk. Galleries have their small silos in their spreadsheet and they die off over time. So unless your artwork is picked up by an auction house in the West that have preserved your records, it will probably die with time. So what we are doing is preserving the records such that it doesn't die and such that people can co-opt to, see that value and to see that movement and allow it grow such that it doesn't just die in someone's house. If the person wants to come and bring and sell it back, they can come to an art agent, they can re-verify the artwork, and it's back to being liquid because we know the assets and we have the previous history and we have tagged it. So the entire goal is to be that invisible infrastructure underneath the existing gallery management systems, marketplaces. We plan to open APIs such that people can connect their online stores, their websites, such that it's easy for them to use it. But we have, we will standardize the record keeping and we would make it, shareable. If that makes, I hope I answered that question well.
I'm being mindful of time. I know you are picking a lot of interest in that, which is really wonderful. And we really love all those questions. And I just want to say thank you to our audience for your patience while we have a bit of a light out. And just so you're aware, there's something magical that actually quite happen. Because right here, I know you're all watching on the screen, but actually in the building, we do have a lot of amazing individuals within the Ghana ecosystem that are here today to support us. And while we have it lighter, there's an amazing question that comes from one of the most amazing gentlemen. I hope you all can see him because he's wearing these very dapper suits in red, very lovely and very shiny. And he asked a question, and that question literally, I see that leading potentially to a partnership for Arts or Platform. And that's quite magical to say I hope that conversation continues beyond the pitch time. Thank you to all of you who are watching us. Ada, please give it up to Ada from Ada. To all of you watching us on the global stage, I'm sure you will agree that there is nowhere you go in the world that you will not see an African artwork. If you go to London Art Gallery, you'll see African artwork there. If you go to United Kingdom National Museum in London, you will see African arts there. If you go to Belgium Art Gallery, you will see African artwork there. What is missing is when African artwork gets to the West, it adds value, but within Africa, it adds no value. And I believe the reason for that is because we do not have infrastructure that makes those artwork to be trackable, to be verified, and for global liquidity to invest in them, to turn them into real-world assets. And like you see in Web3, we're very good in tokenizing Rolex, and there's nothing wrong with that. We just believe as more institutional players come into the Web3 space, things as well as ARTSO is built in terms of real-world asset tokenization of African artwork only going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. Having said that, now I'm going to invite John. John is a founder of Facet Drop. John, when you're ready, the floor is yours.
Every Web3 ecosystem has the same playbook for growth. They give away millions of dollars in tokens to attract new users. Yet, most of these tokens ends up in the hands of bots and farmers. We are building the infrastructure that fixes this. My name is John Adekunjo. This is my 7th year building Web3 communities, and I have onboarded over 5,000 people into the ecosystem. And currently, I am building Facet Drops. Allow me buttress further on my opening point. You see, ecosystems allocate incentives, and then they try to distribute these incentives to attract new users. But the process is surprisingly broken. Teams manually send tokens to hundreds or thousands of wallets. They run chaotic airdrops And most of the times, the result isn't real users. What we see is tokens going out, but participation doesn't come back in. This suggests to us that the problem isn't just about token distribution, but about a structured and sustained engagement. This is exactly why we've built Faucet Drops. Think of Faucet Drops as the engagement layer for all Web3 ecosystems. So with Faucet Drops, instead of manually sending tokens to attract users, protocols, teams, communities, DAOs, and ecosystems can now create structured campaigns, allowing users the opportunity to learn about the protocol, interact with the protocol, take interactive quests and quizzes, and earn rewards automatically, all in one single platform. Here's why this is big. The crypto incentive economy already distributes billions in tokens annually. And as Web3 continues to grow, the number of incentive campaigns will explode. More hackathons, more community quests, more community events, more protocol and product launches, and they all need the same thing, which is a reliable distribution infrastructure. And that is exactly what we are building. We've already started proving this model. Currently, Faucet Drops is live and expanding across ecosystems. We have over 100 faucets created, over 1,500 unique users, over 5,000 on-chain transactions. We are currently the official tooling partner for Celo developers, and in 2025, Celo developers used our product to distribute mainnet tokens to builders at Dev Connect and at It's Global. Now to the big question, how exactly do we make money of this? Faucet Drops captures value by charging protocols and ecosystems to run incentive campaigns through distribution fees and campaign infrastructure. As a team, we have a collective experience of over 2 decades in community building and management. We felt this pain firsthand. We know that this bottleneck exists, and this is exactly what makes us the right team to be building this. We strongly believe that the future of Web3 user acquisition is verifiable, automated, and fun, and we are building the rails that make them work. We are currently raising 250,000 USD to scale user acquisition and to accelerate product development. Our vision is simple. In the same way Stripe became the default infrastructure for payment, Faucet Drops becomes the default infrastructure for token distribution and engagement. We invite you to join us. Thank you.
Please go ahead, Edward.
Thank you for the presentation. Can you talk a little bit more about how you're verifying that users are unique and not a sort of a civil or some sort of a botnet or something like that?
Sorry, can you reiterate, Gideon? I think I didn't get that so well, yeah.
Could you talk a little bit more about how you're verifying users are like actual real people?
Yeah, that's correct. Oh, okay, I see, yeah. So basically, we have integrated self-protocol. Self-protocol is a ZK proof that allows us to verify that these people are real users. Yeah, and also, because of the way we've built Faucet Drops, we've built it in a way that it acts as an incentive layer. So before you can be rewarded, you have to have performed an activity. Either you've taken a quest on Faucet Drops, you've followed the socials of this project, you've joined their community, you've interacted with their products, and probably you've learned about their protocol, and then you've taken interactive quizzes. So we made the reward distribution in a way that you have to participate before you earn rewards. So it's not like the rewards are just given out. You have to perform an action to earn the reward. I hope that makes sense, and I hope that answers your question.
Yes, thank you.
All right, thank you so much.
Right. I don't see any hands raised and no questions from the audience, so my over to you.
Thank you so much for that amazing pitch. And I'm sure that even the Lisk team will know that in the Web3 space, that we need a product like this. So many billions of dollars in airdrops, and oftentimes those airdrops often go to someone's phones or someone's laptop, or we call them token farmers somewhere in Hong Kong and any other part of the world. And that's a very big problem in the Web3 space. And I'm very proud that the Lisk AyaHQ Incubation Program is thinking out of the box to bring real-world solutions that actually solve the problem for the entire ecosystem. I'm very bullish about this product. I want to say thank you to you, John, and the rest of your team. Thank you. For the last 1 hour, 30 minutes, all of you across the world have been here with us, listening to these amazing founders, giving them your feedback, asking them questions, and encouraging them to be better. And we do not take that for granted. To the Lisk team who has joined the call, asking questions, engaging with the founders, we do not take that for granted. We appreciate you all. To our global partners and our investors that have been with us from day one, we're very grateful. To the country Ghana that have hosted us, have hosted our hub here in Accra and Agbokobi, and to all the legislators, including Mr. President Dr. Mohamed Mahama himself, I've already tagged you online to join us, Mr. President, because no one is going to build Ghana, no one is going to build Africa if the young people are not encouraged to do so. Having said that, the last speech for today, I'm going to invite Tino, and Tino is the founder for Reply Z. Tino, the floor is yours.
Hi, my name is Tino, and I'm the CTO and co-founder of Replies. And I've got over 3 years of experience building e-commerce brands. In 2026, the world of e-commerce was flipped on its head. AI agents can now shop online on behalf of humans, meaning it's more important than ever to know what your customers want, or at least what their agents want, to keep them coming back. That's why we're building Replies, the customer memory layer for WooCommerce and Shopify stores. Right now, we've deployed AI agents that power support interactions and extract valuable data points around customer preferences and purchasing patterns. This data is used to predict customer behavior and allows brands to know exactly what their customers want before they want it, to increase retention and to improve their customer relationships. Since starting Replies in April 2025 and going full-time this year, we've acquired 3 paying customers and are onboarding 2 others. We've also gotten over 50 waiting list signups and received backing from AyaHQ and Lisk. We've participated in 2 incubation programs and won 3rd place in the Alan Gray Orbis Foundation Founders Pitch, where we received $3,500 in grant funding. Now, how does this make money? We use a SaaS model with tiered subscriptions ranging from $30 to $150 a month. Stores can also purchase credits to use our AI agents to do things like automating customer engagement. We're raising $300,000 to help bring our product to the over 17,000 online skincare companies across the world. Our competition, like FinAI, Yuma AI, and Gorgeous, mainly focus on automation and help desk productivity. Our main focus is on the customer retention that drives 65% of e-commerce revenue. My co-founder Owen and I are both technical with over 5 years of dev experience each. I've built and scaled a Shopify store to over $50,000 in annual revenue, and my co-founder Owen has built and scaled a Shopify store to over $150,000 in revenue. Today, the relationship between customers and their favorite brands is fundamentally broken. Join us in creating amity between these brands and their customers by building out the customer memory layer of e-commerce that empowers brands to turn their customers into fans. Thank you.
Imagine a future where we all have our own AI agents, and we're all sleeping while our agents are all trading using USDT, USDC, and all the USD stablecoins out there. All I can say is those USDC have to be spent on a platform. And those platforms also understand that behavior and be able to predict how they use that behavior to turn us into repeatable customers. I'm very bullish on this product because I believe Amazon is already using behavior analysis of customer predictive pattern to be able to understand what buyers will buy on their platform. So I see a very huge opportunity here, and I hope so that all of you across the world listening to this pitch will see so. Now to a global audience on Twitter, on YouTube, please kindly drop your question. Kwame will do the identity to help us pass those questions across. And to our audience who are online, please, the time is now to pass your comments, your questions, and feedback to Tina. Edward.
Thanks for the presentation. This is definitely a really interesting product. So could you talk a little bit more about how you make this valuable to businesses and also how you maintain privacy with the data that you collect?
Thanks for the question. So to answer the first bit, we make it valuable to businesses by saving them time and saving them money and really helping them protect the 65% of their revenue that comes from customer retention. And in terms of the second aspect, that's a really good question because it actually really ties into the blockchain aspect of our product. So personally identifiable information, or PII, is a really big concern in the e-commerce industry. And what we basically do is hash all of the information we use on a customer to support the interactions that we facilitate on behalf of our e-commerce stores. And we publish the hash to the blockchain so that in the event that we're audited, we're able to prove that this is the exact information that was used to tailor this support interaction.
Very nice. Thank you.
Sorry, go ahead, Juno.
Okay, great. Thanks, Gideon, again. Thanks for the pitch, Tino. With regards to the agents, right, are they currently able to take actions or just like generate insights? And with the insights, have you had any example of like insights that businesses have been able to get from the AI agents that they've not been able to easily get elsewhere? Like with other tools, basically.
Thanks for the question. So our agents are able to interact with customers on behalf of stores, and this is permission-based. So one example I could give of that is instead of sending an email directly, you could create a draft of it and have the store owner read over it before it's sent. And then, sorry, could you just repeat the second part of the question?
The second part of the question was just like with regards to the insights that it's generating, has there been an example of a business that has essentially said, oh, these insights I wasn't able to get with like another tool I was using, right? But like I've now been able to get through replies.
So one insight that's been able to change things on a business side is that customers of one of our stores were asking for clarification on how to use a specific skincare product. So it would be in the form of, let's say, 10 people asking, not exactly verbatim, how do I use a skincare product, but sort of in their interactions, they'd display some sort of confusion with the product. So we were able to take all of that feedback and give a recommendation to the store owner that maybe you could make this aspect more clear on your website.
Thank you, Kia.
Thanks for the pitch. I've been looking a lot into how some Fortune 500 companies have been downsizing their teams, not because of growth, but because of agentic employees. We've seen that with like Dell and Meta and Amazon and Block and so on. What would you say like is the core differentiator? I mean, I understand like the logical building of a product has a very specific niche, but what would you say is like the core USP for emergency use replies versus to train, let's say, a team of 10 agents, or you outsource to a company that specializes in that, but have like a team of 10 AI agents that fulfills the same thing versus utilizing your software.
So what we found was that a lot of existing competitors really lean in on the automation aspect, sort of just trying to cut down costs ruthlessly, cut down hours, which of course is valuable for stores, but we're trying to lean in on the retention angle and sort of using the insights gathered from support interactions to increase the retention rates of these stores. And on that note as well, it is possible to sort of automate a store's operations with AI agents, but we very much emphasize the human aspect of things. And one of our core principles is using the product alongside human support reps to make their jobs easier and to obviously serve the store in terms of increasing their retention.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Alrighty, that's all the questions. There are no questions from the audience. We'll bring to you, Michael.
Thank you, Joel. I do have a question from our audience in the studio. If I'm allowed to use the word studio. Please, go ahead, sir. And you can also introduce yourself because our global audience are listening.
Okay, so my name is Romaric Abibio Dankwa. I'm the executive chairman of the Seedway Group. But then also, because of this conversation, I'm a committee member of the National E-Commerce Steering Committee in Ghana. So in the e-commerce discussion, dialogue today, customer behavior is very important, okay? It's a very important aspect. As a matter of fact, for the past 3 days, we were having a workshop, okay, and it has to do with some of those things. Now, you spoke about AI agents. There are a lot of AI agents out there. So how are yours different from what is available out there? And of course, for a space like Ghana, there's a lot happening in the e-commerce, okay, in terms of policies, in terms of platforms, in terms of regulation. A lot is happening now, okay? So when it comes to your AI, how is it different from the AIs that are out there? And then what will make your platform stand out? And then is it also, you spoke about Shopify. Okay, is it only Shopify? Can this be used for a national platform? Can this be used for other different kind of platform apart from Shopify? Thank you.
Thanks for the question, and it's really interesting and great to be in the room with someone who's in the e-commerce field. So to answer the first part of your question, one of our main differentiators is that we try to position ourselves as not entirely a data platform, but more of a data platform than our competitors. So as I said earlier, a lot of them try to lean in on the automation and productivity angle, whereas we're really trying to get e-commerce stores to know their customers on a much deeper level. And in terms of the second aspect, could you just repeat, sorry?
All right, you did mention about Shopify. So can this be used for a national platform?
Yeah.
You know, we are building, there's a lot happening in Ghana now. So very soon, this will come to the public domain with some of the national platform, e-commerce platform that are in place. And there is even Afro Champion, that is the AFCFTA app on e-commerce. Okay, and some of can thus be integrated with some of those platforms, you know, for cross-border transaction and others.
Thanks for repeating the question. So our product can be used on any e-commerce CMS platform, but right now our main focus is on WooCommerce and Shopify because they are the two largest e-commerce CMSs. So we are looking to expand in the future.
All right, in the absence of no further question to Tina, I want to say thank you, and I look forward to continuing the journey with you. Guys, give it up to Tina. It's been an hour and 45 minutes plus. The wholly amazing people have been with us. And that is our last pitch for for today. Just to kind of recap, we have over 250 applications for this cohort. There is an elimination of those applications to 50 wonderful builders across Africa. After one-on-one interview, we selected about 25 of them. And in the last 4 months, those 25 were eliminated to just 8 projects. And those 8 projects that I've pitched today, they're all from amazing countries across Africa, from Nigeria to Ghana to Kenya and to South Africa. And what that message is telling us that in this room, we don't see Nigeria, or Ghana, or Kenya, we only see Africa. Because young people don't want to be labeled by country. They want to be labeled as a continent of people who will power the next human boom population in the world. By 2050, 1 in every 5 person you see will be of an African descent. That is an economic opportunity, but that economic opportunity will not happen by miracle. There has to be young people who genuinely, truly want to build that future. And we're excited together with our partner at Lisk Foundation to be walking that journey in the last 2 years with various African founders across the continent. As we wrap up today, I also want to use this platform to send a message. And that message is very simple. When you see Africa, what do you see? When you see African young people, what do you see? Do you see risk or do you see opportunity? For us at AyaHQ, we see opportunity because we are African young people and we believe nobody will solve our problems for us without us. And we believe that no one is coming to save us without saving ourselves. And we believe that our leaders, presidents across the continent, policymakers, central bank governors, to know and acknowledge the African young people are building through team and through hardship. When next you sit in your office to make policy, remind of all these amazing young African founders I pitched here today, who in the last 4 months have dedicated their life to build solvable solutions, solving real-world problems for various African pain points. And I haven't said that. A very special message as well to various institutions that hold the African continent together. African Union, African Trade Agreement Zones, and all these African banks, African Development Bank, to let you all know that this is the moment for these institutions to rise up to the call of young people, that they want to live in Africa without traveling out of Africa. They want to solve the solutions that face numerous Africans, and they want to create economic prosperity in their continent. We believe that Africa is the future, and that future is an opportunity, not a risk. And we hope you agree with us and continue to join us on this journey. Until next time, it's my humble self, Michael Owal, and a very special thank you to the entire team of Lisk who have walked this journey with us in the last 2 years. Also to my amazing team at AyaHQ for being the bridge and the foundation for the entire Web3 and innovation ecosystem in Africa. It's a hard work. It keeps us awake every night, but I'm grateful to these young, resilient Africans for doing what is impossible. Until we meet again, it's my humble self. Have a wonderful evening, and once again, thank you.